We're going to move on to Jordan's question. Should my choice in saving into Roth, HSA, 401k, for a house down payment, or for my rainy day fund depend on my why and my period in life? Saving for all of it at the same time can feel difficult to navigate. So I know some of these you may have a handy dandy handout that helps with, and some of it I think is good for you to speak to the mentality surrounding it.
Where would someone find that handy dandy handout?
I mean, I was like, Jordan must be brand new because, I mean, this thing is practically dancing in front of him, just going, Jordan, every dollar that comes into your grasp, I have a plan for you. I mean, all you have to do is seriously look at the financial order of operations, and if you have built up a large enough and you're really trying to accelerate this, go to learn.moneyguy.com for the actual course. We'll find a place, a purposeful place for every dollar that you've built up.
Mm-hmm. So tell me again, he said I'm trying to decide between Roth.
So Roth, HSA, and 401k, and then the rainy day fund are kind of all covered in the foo. Like you're going to say which ones to do first, which ones to prioritize. He also mentioned house down payment, which I know is a little bit trickier, so maybe you can speak to that.
So when it comes to the other ones, the financial accounts, the Roth, HSA, the emergency fund, financial order of operations is the answer, right? Because in our view, you don't move to the next step until you finish the previous step. So you don't go get your employer match unless you've got your deductibles covered. You don't pay off the high interest debt if you're not getting the employer match. You don't, and then you move on to the emergency fund, and then you move on to the tax-free stuff, and then you move on to the tax-deferred stuff. So if you will just work through the financial order of operations, it will keep you true. It will keep you aligned so that you're moving in the right direction. Now, this idea around, okay, but what about a down payment?
Yeah.
Like, where does that come in? I get it. That's hard, right? That's a difficult thing because then you do have to come back to the why. Like funding my emergency fund versus funding my Roth is not a why question. That is a where are you in the cycle question. Saving 25% or building for a down payment or some mix of both, that's a why question. Yeah. And you have to answer the question, okay, what is the ultimate goal I have for these dollars? I want financial independence, and I want retirement, and I want to be able to move in that direction. But realistically, before I get there, I probably want to own a home and start a family and settle down and establish roots. And it's okay to prioritize this goal at one point, and then once that goal is satisfied, move to the other. But we are of the opinion that it doesn't have to be an all or nothing. It doesn't have to be completely, I'm only going to do this one or that one. I think you can approach and target both of them.
I think you said something that's very valuable there. Look, when you're getting to all the way through step 4, which is emergency reserve, step 5, which is, the HSA and the Roth, starting that through an IRA if you can, is that those are purposeful dollars. Mm-hmm. You have to know that. But when you get to like step 6, those are where you can get into more of the why. And the saving for the house down payment, I think you can transition from why, and you add the thing that brings in even more focus, the when. Mm-hmm. Like if you know you want to buy a house in the next 24 months, you're getting close to, you're into step 6 of just trying to get to 20-25%. There's nothing wrong with saying, I know in 24 months I'd like to have a house down payment. Maybe I can make some concessions over here in step 6 to see if I can create an intersection point where I'm still funding both goals, yep, but they're going to line up perfectly from a timing standpoint where I get to do it all. This is the power of planning, is that you do take these different decision matrix things, these different incremental decisions you have to make, and see if you can create intersection points between the why, the when, and then the how is obviously what we've tried to create with both the financial order of operations, the know your number course, because if you're trying to fine tune all these variables into your perfect maximized financial life, that's we're trying to give you all the variables to make it all happen.
And I think Jordan's question, I think he or she at the end of it said it's hard, right? Like
it's hard to do. He's saying it's hard to do it all at the same time.
Yeah,
basically.
Look, and here's the deal. It is.
It
is. Like building financial independence is hard. Saving money is hard. Following the financial order of operations, it's all simple. It's all very simple, but it's not easy. It's hard. And that's why the why is what keeps you motivated. The reason that we're able to do hard things is because the why on the other end is more important than the pain that we feel today. Deferring gratification isn't fun. We'd all rather consume today and have today. But the joy of knowing that I'm doing the hard thing today so that I can have the better thing tomorrow is incredibly valuable. But I think that we live in this world with TikTok and Instagram and social media where it makes it look like it's not supposed to be hard. Like there's all these 25 and 30-year-olds bebopping around, driving fancy cars, living these fancy lifestyles. That's not reality. That's not what reality is. And so if you are in that stage and you're finding that it's hard to build wealth and it's hard to save and it's hard, you're in the right place because it's not an easy thing.
I saw it just yesterday. Somebody posted, I think it was on Twitter, was if you make the hard decisions while you're young, you'll have an easy life.
Yep.
If you make easy decisions while you're young, you're going to have a hard life.
Yep.
So I think if it feels like it's hard, Jordan, that means you're probably doing it right. Because you don't see, we always say don't skip leg day. That's because you got to build that financial foundation and do the hard work that nobody else is willing to do while you're young. You're going to have the base. You're going to have the success because you didn't skip leg day. So you'll be congratulated and you'll be able to live in that prosperity from that discipline and making all three ingredients of wealth creation work for you. You're going to be rewarded. Just hang in there.